Hello there, Exile. It's been a while since I've made one of these, but this is where we're at with the SSF RF adventure. Atlas-wise, I've done the last map, the Maokun. Invitation-wise, I still have the Uber Elder to do and 4 other invitations. The Formed, the Twisted, the Forgotten, and the Feared. Those are left. I still have the Uber Elder. I haven't found Cortex yet, and the Fear when it comes to that. I'm currently doing all the beasts I need to get rid of them, so I could respec this to something else. I'm doing them to remove prefix, add suffix, and vice versa, imprint, split, and so on. Character-wise, I'm currently 96. I found several Elder Helms since the last I made a video, and this is how the gear looks like. I didn't change the scepter. I didn't manage to make a better one. This will be a future project. Gloves wise, I'm quite happy with the implicits and the gloves. I moved a fractured T1 life onto a Stygian and rolled it, as you see. I killed Maven and got the boots. Made this shield using T2 energy shield spammed with life essence until you get +1, and you choose a specific suffix you want when you reforge life, and you merge them together and hope for the best. This was the first step in making the shield I wore, the +1 with reduced crit and life. I started with item level 4, on which I spammed greed essences until I got the +1 fire, and reforge life until I get T1 or T2 life together with 1 or 2 other good suffixes. Usually I go for reduced extra damage from crits or physical damage reduction. You can also go for T1 or T2 suppression on an evasion shield, but the base will be different. I went for Colossal Tower shield here, and I recombined them hoping for the Colossal Tower shield base. Sadly it didn't go that well. I got the life +1, reduced crit, and some res, but sadly it wasn't on the right base. But this isn't a total loss, because on the second attempt I used the shield I just made together with, in this case, I just wanted to see if I can get the right base, so I went for a lower life. I put them together and I got the right base with the +1 fire and a good life roll, and the reduced extra crit chances from the Colossal Tower shield. I would have hoped for a res suffix, but this is good enough, and I crafted armor instead of mana here, % armor. And this is how I made my shield. The ring is the one you knew. I made this amulet in the meanwhile. Sadly, I went for the fracture 1 in 5 and it hit the fire res instead of +1 fire or +1 all. This is how I made my amulet. I started with a +1 all with almost 4 other useless affixes and a crafted one. So the split will be 50-50. Luckily I had the split beast. I split it hoping that at least one of the prefixes will go on the other base, so I could work with the +1 to recombine it. Luckily I got both prefixes to go on the other base, and I had a clean +1 amulet. After this I I found a good counterpart for my amulet. It had 2 good suffixes and call to attacks and +1 all fire. Sadly, here I could have been patient and went for a +1 all fire with no other prefixes, so I could just craft the same prefix on both, and if I got the +2, there wouldn't be a chance of getting the call to attacks in my case on the final item, which spoilers it did. I had a 44% chance of success here to get both. Both bases were good to me, and this is how I ended up with the +2 amulet. Sadly, as I said, I got the cold damage to attacks as the last prefix, so I can't craft life on it. And this is how I made my amulet. The chest is the one you knew. The only thing that changed is I Leo slammed it and got the cold res. And the helm I horror essence spammed until I hit the burning damage. I also had several attempts at this one, but the annulled missed. I have several crafting bases I want to work with, but that's for the future when I get more essences. None of the Watcher's Eyes I got from the Elder were good, but I'll still keep at it. Damage wise, with a life tap on, I'm sitting at 1.2 million fire trap DPS, which can crit for 40% more elemental damage, and the Righteous Fire is sitting at 656,000 DPS. The only thing that's left for me to do is when bossing to replace this ring with another, preferably a vermilion ring, and I'm keeping this one so I could recombine it with a Delirium Essence one or a Curse on Hit Flammability one. Hope for the best. For those of you that made it to the end, I want to say I really appreciate it, and if you are looking forward for the next update, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I don't know when the next upgrade is gonna be, since most of the gear I plan on getting, it will take quite a while, so see you hopefully soon.